It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with The Blind Side, where we look at the dark side of the new moon. The new moon used to be referred to as the dark moon because it is when the sun is at its weakest, because it's blotted out by the location of the earth and the light of the sun. So, light it if you got it. You know what? You know what? You can go over and find a bush. You know what I said? Moses talked to God in the burning bush. And the way my Neptune and Mars are set up natally, so do I. Sure it's all out. So we create safe space for my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for this new moon in Cancer 2023. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising. All of everything for Cancer season is on YouTube now. To get the Patreon plunge, you know you got to do that thing. Patreon.com/justjeverything for free shit though. Check out my Instasham at justj_everything, TikTok at justjeverything, and for other dope shit that I do, check out the Apothecary. Get you a custom spirit soak. Yep, go on ahead and move forward. Be bold about it while supplies last, because your girl's about to have a breakthrough. We're all about to have breakthroughs. It's like Mars went into Virgo and everybody's life changed. What happened? I say it all the time. I say it to every Virgo client of mine. Virgos make the world go round. That Virgo energy, service the mother. Like, ugh. It's like where Cancer is like the first archetype of the mother, like Virgo is like the working mom. Like the one that like is the breadwinner, the one that is like the real foundation of the family, the one that versus the Cancerian martyr. I do everything for everybody. Sips glass of wine. And nobody does anything for me. Yeah. I can only say that because I have a Cancer moon, so get butt hurt if you want. Anyway. Go play Young Love by Cleo Soul. You're welcome. This new moon, like I said, the new moon is when the sun and the moon are conjunct, and the sun and the moon are now conjunct in the sign of I feel. So the sun in astrology, what we know about ourselves to be true, and the moon, our feelings together. And the sun illuminates, the sun reveals, the sun is going to be like the moon's coming in, the light is like to the moon. That's why it's a dark moon. The light of the moon is at its weakest in the dark moon, in the new moon. And so the emotional realizations that are overwhelming, the prophecy, the ability for some like real insight and foresight. For those of you who struggle emotionally or struggle like with intimacy or struggle like with relationships, I feel like this new moon is really important for you when it comes to setting intentions and planting seeds. If you struggle with emotional intimacy, or if you're struggling with the fact that you've been single for a long time, is what I'm feeling. This is obviously not for everybody, but there is something about setting intentions about, or having realizations about the power that you have on what you feel. Stop giving away your power and telling other people that they're making you feel certain ways. So there's something about taking accountability or responsibility for your feelings. and acknowledging what like has to go, what the like must go emotions are, so that you can like, it's like till the soil. And feelings are the soil that thoughts and ideas grow in. Feelings. And so this is a time to really tend to your emotional waters, or your emotional garden, to carry out with that analogy. But I just feel like there is a spotlight shining on your true feelings, and new emotions will be exposed. So there's that. Because you for damn sure know how you don't want to feel anymore. So the real question, and you know that, look at the bottom of the deck, the Hermit. Because we've spent a lot, some of us have been like hyper isolating. There has definitely been something going on with like your relationship to alone time. Cancer season got you really, that supermoon in Capricorn really got us feeling homebody energy, isolatory, by ourselves energy. Like inward to find the inner witch, inward to find the inner wizard, inward to find the inner wisdom, inward to find your personal power, your voice in the shell. Stay with me. So it's like, how do you want to feel? It's time to like get really clear. And I feel like with it being, with us looking at the dark side and the blind side, like, what have you been feeling consistently that you like, I'm good on that. Let's graduate from that. Get to the root of what that is, because works are required, action is required. When I say get to the root, you're going to have to ask yourself some really hard questions. A lot of us, this has to do with like motherhood, childhood, who we're procreating with, who, or our decision not to. You know, there could be a defense of that. Stuff with the womb coming up. Well, Roe v. Wade, all this stuff. There could be new developments that are starting to come up after this new moon in regards to that. New waves of protest or new advocacy. That could be definitely popping up. But welcome to the blind side. For this dark new moon in Cancer 2023. Honestly, until the Virgo stellium, I feel like we're going to be forced to feel our feelings, babe. So you might as well go ahead and buckle up. You know, we will be experiencing the full spectrum of emotions. And Cancer season is like the freaking riptide. Like, it's something that like sweeps you up off your feet. There's just all these emotions. You get to experience the full spectrum, and it prepares us for Leo season, where we're going to like gain access to the fullness of our heart, and everything flows from that motherfucker and what's in there, and how well you've tended to that. And so we got to get to a place we get real honest about our emotions and what we're feeling, because our emotions are messengers. They're like the indicator lights, the warning lights in your car, you know? And your emotions are meant to provide you information. But you do not need to be making decisions based on the emotions. You got to get to the message that's wrapped up in the emotion first before you make a decision. Do you get that? Does that make sense? Okay. So, feel the fullness of our emotions. Gemini, think the fullness of your thoughts. So we can Cancer, feel the fullness of our feelings. And then come Leo season, willpower, recalibrated, set up, ready to go. Okay, so this new moon in Cancer is happening on 7/17 July 17th, 2023. It's happening at 12:32 p.m. Mountain Time, 2:32 p.m. Eastern Time. Hydrate. And it's happening at 24 degrees Cancer. But I also want to bring up that like an hour later, the North Node moves, the nodes shift. The North Node moves into Aries, the South Node moves into Libra. And I just feel like that's going to be felt on this day. And I'm going to do a separate reading on it, of course. Because I'm curious about, very, very curious. Minute questions. But the North Node is, you know, on a collective scale, our direction, our purpose, what the fuck we're here to do, you know, but personally and like natally where your North Node is, I feel like that has a lot to do with like your purpose, your mission here. So get your birth chart and all that stuff and calculate that for yourself, and you can look that up. But I'm gonna do a series, and with the North Node being in Aries, this is probably the best time for me to start that series. I literally North Node series and reading / class ? Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna do a series on Patreon for it, for the Spartan Spirit Squadron. But as of right now, you know I gotta hit you with the handy dandy Inside Degrees by Elias Lonsdale. And Elias Lonsdale's description of the 24th degree of Cancer is a single crumbling Corinthian column. I love this man, the way I love this man. The inward temple held in tune, sitting in celestial juices, beheld by the gods as a pillar of light, defiant of time's cycles, invested with the life pulse immortal, as serene and effortless as it is constant and true. I gotta say that again. As serene and effortless as it is constant and true. I feel like that's what a lot of us need to be asking for in love. It's like you got so many characteristics, things that you need. I need them to make this much money, and I need them to have this, you know, to respect me and to talk to me. Does this person bring you peace? Are they consistent? Is this something that you can like vibe with can you rock with this for a long time? Is it as serene and effortless as it is constant and true? I gotta write that down. I thought I had a highlighter over here. Damn, see what happens when I move shit? Anyway. Making way for what cannot be foreseen. Funny that we're just talking about the spiritual gifts heightening. I do feel like there is some sort of like a quickening. Like our gifts are ramping up. If you were seeing little flutters into the spirit realm, you're seeing much clearer pictures now. Making way for what cannot be foreseen. And I feel like the divine is making way. That's why I'm feeling like within the hour of Mars moving into Virgo on Monday, it was like so many of my life's issues have like started to resolve themselves. And it was like, I did that. Like it was like things that I had been struggling to do for months, like in a matter of hours. And I feel like this is what's happening, making way for what cannot be foreseen. It's like we think we know, but we have no idea really. And I just got this burning in my belly when I said that. There's something I just feel like, nah, bigger. Have you ever seen that billboard or that like meme where it's like, nah, bigger, God, like love God, you know? There's something about making way for what cannot be foreseen. I feel like we have an idea. You feel that this something is coming. You feel like this change is happening, but you don't have the details. The picture is fuzzy. But I just feel like you got your guides around you. You've got your spirit squad. You got us backing you up. We're going to start getting a lot deeper into like our dreams. What are your dreams? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to do while you're here? And that's something I feel like that's like one of my specialties in life is like, I have a knack for making people feel like they're not doing enough. When really that's just like, I never think that I'm doing enough. But that thing in me tends to really motivate other people. And so I just feel like our gifts are coming to light and how they're going to be, it's like what you thought was bad gets made good. Making way for what cannot be foreseen and giving voice to a sensibility that is entirely pregnant with worlds within worlds held intact. Hold on. Let me say that again. And giving voice to a sensibility that is entirely pregnant with worlds within worlds held intact and offered up upon the altar of the world stage. And it's funny because it's like offered up on the altar of the world stage. Just, I literally saw a hand coming out of like Cancer energy, like something being given into the Capricorn energy. So that full moon in Capricorn, I feel like that is starting to unravel or really unpack itself, like the seeds, the germination, what's come to light. I also feel like stuff coming full circle from that new moon in Capricorn that we had last year. It's a circle. Things coming full circle. Cycles endings. Big like 9 energy is how that feels. It's like 9 and 10 at the same time. It's like very like end start. Like I just feel like things are progressing quite. It's got 8 of Wands energy. Like the pace is picking up. And giving voice to a sensibility that is entirely pregnant with worlds within worlds held intact and offered up upon the altar of the world stage. And it's funny that I saw that because Cancer is the private life and Capricorn is the public life. And so that would be like where all eyes, like if there was, you know, a world stage, it'd be at the top of the sky, the zodiac. And really, actually, ooh, Jesus. You want to really be like our galactic center is like, I think 23 degrees Sagittarius, which Sagittarius, that's like fame. You know what I mean? A lot of famous people have Sagittarian placements. So that Capricorn, that Sagittarius Capricorn cusp, I feel like is where that world stage belongs. And the shadow of that is Cancer, the opposition. So, all right. And so what do you want to be known for? What do you want? What like, this is a great time. This is the root. What new roots? Hey, if you look at the astrological wheel, this is the bottom. Cancer is the bottom. These are the roots. What that IC energy. What do you... How you going to have a tree and you didn't plant no seeds? Mad at the earth, mad at the divine, mad at God because you don't have any seeds or trees or roots or branches or berries. And it's like, you gotta plant some seeds, baby. Where do you want these seeds? What kind of seeds do you want to plant? So, with this being Cancer, and Cancer is the Cancer energy, Cancer, the crab. So we're talking, and this is the new moon, dark moon. We're talking about like some understanding of like some in-shell improvements are needed. So some introspective improvements, some internal improvements are needed. So like I said, hydrate, light it if you got it. So welcome the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages. Please show us for our greatest and highest good for this new moon in Cancer, what in-shell improvements are needed? I know they know what I mean with in-shell. Page of Wands and the Queen of Cups. Wow. So the in-shell improvements, damn. I told you it's 9-10 energy. 10 of Swords. The in-shell improvements require you to, it's like you got some dead bodies in the shell with you. You got some dead horses you've been beating. Some like relationships you've been trying to force to work out. Some situations that you've been trying to force to go your way. Some things you've been like some risks or leaps of faith you've been talking yourself out of taking. It's like the in-shell upgrade comes with like new data. New technology. There is new information to be had. And that new information is going to lead to this rise up of personal power. The in-shell improvements are asking you to build a new relationship with yourself, asking you to get out in nature, get out in the world. For some of you, specifically getting out in the desert, getting out in the red rocks for my Utah babes, Colorado babes. Like it's time to get out in nature, get out in the desert possibly. And it's funny going from like the desert, like from the drought to the flood. These are two very different energies. And I just feel like you building this new relationship with yourself, you building a new relationship with your inner child, it's gonna lead you to like adventureness, like you taking more adventures or more like aliveness coming in, and that aliveness is going to really like bolster your ability to emote and allow yourself to see what's special about yourself and be emotional and be mature and be peaceful and balanced. And I just feel like you're going to like be able to see the ways that you've been really soft and passive and how that shit's not going to cut it. And that's not mother energy. That's not the Cancerian energy. That is like, you know, you got to look at where that passive aggressive bullshit, like where the root of it is. What steps do we need to take to feel safer in our emotions? This is a general reading. Keep that in mind. Eat the meat, leave the bones. Ooh. Wow. For some of you, it's to get out that funky ass situation that you know your ass shouldn't be in anymore. For some of you, it's to get away from that person who keeps being so fucking disrespectful to you. For some of you, it's to get out of this like somewhat verbally, maybe even abusive relationship or some situation where you're feeling super restrictive. You'll feel safer once you get yourself in an actually safer environment. That's not for everybody, but some of you, you're in a situation that you just know you shouldn't be in anymore. It's not good for and this doesn't have to be a relationship, but it may be. It doesn't have to be a relationship, but it could be a friendship. It could be something or a professional situation. If you know like that people are doing like shady shit, it's time to turn away from shady behavior. It's time to turn away from like doing things the old way or the tried and true way. I feel like it's time to move towards harmony in the realm of the mind. And for most of you, you will receive harmony in the realm of your mind once you switch your environment. Some of you need to move. Some of you need to get away from this person with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements. This person who is manipulative or shady with their words, or they can just like talk themselves or talk you out of like any old thing. What will make you feel safer in your... Oh, Jesus. Especially if this person has Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aquarius, or Virgo. I meant to say Aquarius or Capricorn, but Virgo came out too. Um, what will make us feel safer in our emotions for a lot of us is just changing the words that we say. It's starting to be more masterful with our mind, so we can be more masterful with our thoughts and therefore more masterful with our words, which is going to bring in some metamorphosis. It's going to bring in some profound changes. Pluto and Capricorn is really helping to expose, hey, you're still scared of this thing, or there's still here, there's still like all this power locked up in this shadowy aspect or in this fear that you need to face. What's going on with your relationship to attachment, your attachment style? Some of you are moving towards like ending something, and it feels big, and it is big, and it's like ending a behavior, ending your current relationship with maybe drugs or alcohol or drinking too much or smoking too much or having sex with that person that you know doesn't treat you right, or having sex with that person that you know doesn't respect you, or having or exchanging sexual energy with someone that you know isn't like, doesn't respect you, or doesn't like spiritually like pour into you, or like doesn't even realize that you're giving them your life force. Like there is something about, it's like you're not even connected anymore, you're just attached. Especially if you have Scorpio, Capricorn, or Aquarius placements. It's like there's just this weird icky attachment that needs to be, maybe Gemini too. There's just maybe this attachment to this fantasy, or attachment to what this could be, what we could grow together, what we could build together. And it just feels like, put some Florida water on it and wash your hands of what you know you need to turn your back on. I asked, what do we need to work on? What steps do we need to take to feel safe? I just saw 2707. 27 is my lucky number. I've been seeing it for days, like a lot, the last 2 days. And please clarify Six of Swords. Let's get specific for some of y'all who trying to like talk yourself out of what the divine did already fucking told you, but you're just trying to be like, oh no, this is my and we're supposed to, and they talk to me like that because they grew up with it, but and I can make, I'm, you know, excuse after excuse after excuse. Please clarify let's get specific. What do we need to turn our back on? This new moon in Cancer. What do we need to turn our back on? It may be somebody with Cancer or Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements. I feel like working harder. It's like if you have to keep sacrificing and making yourself small and like subtracting in order to like make something work. Like, what are we doing? I don't even barely believe in fucking compromise, you know, because compromise feels like no one's winning, you know. So there's just got to be like, either you and this person, or you and this company, you and yourself have the ability to be really honest and clearly communicate with yourselves and with each other, or you don't need to be out here giving 50 11 chances to people who have already shown you who they are. So some of us is turning your back on putting in work, trying again, making it work, making it happen. It's just like you've already done everything that you can do. It's like obvious. Don't be a groupie. Keep it fucking moving. It's like, I also feel like it's time to turn your back on being in everybody else's business and everybody being in your business, and you know, using social media as a fucking diary and shit like that. Like, chill out. Relax. I also feel like there's something here about turning your back on. It's like, some of you, it's like you do need to try again at something, but it's probably not that fucking ex. Like, let's just be honest. You know, I just feel like it's time to put your time, money, energy into providing stability for yourself. This is the fourth house. This is roots. This is home. This is family. This is like, what is stability to you? What makes you, like, Cancer energy? It's the crab. They have an exoskeleton, you know, and so there is this need to understand that you need to feel protected. You will be very, in Cancer energy, anybody that has in Cancer season and anybody that has Cancer placements as well, it's like you're going to be really defensive when you don't feel safe. But when you do feel safe, you feel really loving and emotive, and like you can show up. Please clarify the Death card. Let's be clear about that. I just feel like with the Death, this is like, yeah, this is by way of the Most High. This is you getting unstuck, especially if it has to do with somebody with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements. Specifically Pisces first. Like if there's some fucked up shit going on with a Pisces or with a Scorpio in your life right now, like please be wise. Neptune is retrograde and you are seeing everyone's true colors. You have already seen it, and it's for some of you who it's like the divine is trying to show you sign and sign and sign again. The next sign is going to be embarrassment. And that could be, or that could have been what happened. You had sign after sign after sign, and then now all of a sudden you feel fucking embarrassed because of how this person treated you or behaved or something like that, when it was just like, yo, you had sign after sign. The divine told you, you know, and your body told you, your spirit told you, your friends told you, your family told you. Please clarify the Devil. And so now we got to look at this, like your ability to like la 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 la. If I don't look at it, if I don't see it, if I don't talk about it, I don't have to, like, we don't have to do that. Like I did so much of my teens and in my 20s. Like evasion is not fun, bro. We're going to have to learn to, we're going to have to look at the fact that some of us were lied to, cheated on, deceived, manipulated, betrayed, like by people who are just really fucking shitty. That took me a long time. That took me until like this year to really like understand that there are people who are dark for the fun of it, just because like just fuck with you, just to fuck with you, and delight in darkness, just to like I like had an inkling, an idea, just because of polarity, you know what I mean? I knew that they existed, but I never saw it. It took me until this year to really like see that like there are people who just like have the capacity for fucking to just be shit and treat people like shit because they feel like shit and they were treated like shit. So they choose to perpetuate the cycle no matter how educated they are. It's always a choice. Everything is a choice. And you either going to learn to look at your demons and look at the way that you treated people, or that the way that people treated you, how much of the baggage, how much of the hurt or the pain you're carrying around, how much that has inspired you to hurt people consciously or subconsciously. All of that is coming up to, we gonna feel today. Let it go in Cancer season. Let it go here. Turn that, whatever it was, the pain, literally get it out of you so you can turn it into fertilizer and really like heal these roots, strengthen these roots, strengthen your roots so that you can have this healthy tethering, healthy, playful tethering to the earth and to yourself. And I feel like once we look at our shadows and unpack a lot of this emotional stuff, it's coming up either way. This is really until that Virgo stellium, you know, until we've had like most of the planets go through Virgo, you know, the inner planets. I feel like we're going to be deeply in our feelings. What did I say? We are experiencing, Cancer season is going to take us through the full spectrum of emotions, so it can prepare us for having full access to our heart in Leo season. Now, just to be like plain and outright, what seeds, for our greatest and highest good, what seeds do we need to be planting this new moon? Page of Cups reversed. I don't feel like we need to be prioritizing like new love right now. King of Wands reversed. Page of Cups reversed, and then the King of Wands reversed. What seeds we need to plant this new moon? Yet again, getting in touch with the divine masculine. Why are they angry within you? What are they upset about? What do they have to say within you? And getting in touch with that divine, with that inner child energy, the inner teenager energy. I feel like you need to plant seeds of nurturing yourself. We are all out here single parenting ourselves, and there is a little version of you running around, screaming in the grocery store inside of you, and it needs your attention. It needs also your attention and also your ability to discipline it. So there is something about, what have you discovered about like because we're all single parenting ourselves, what kind of parenting are you able to give yourself that you wish you had received? And are you doing that? Or are you expecting some lover to come in and do it? Oop, don't make me call you out. Are you expecting somebody else to come in and love you and treat you? That was one thing that took a minute for me. It was like a today years old kind of thing, where it was just like, what kind of I was just thinking about how I always joke about I'm the baby, and that means I am subconsciously attracted to or calling in someone with paternal energy, structural fatherly or motherly energy, someone with paternal or maternal parental energy. It's I just want to be free to, and I gotta own that. There's some trauma to unpack in that, but I do have to be honest, and I'm even unpacking this now as I'm saying this, I need to be free to wander, but I free to wander and get weird and be in the spirit and have my all over the place life, but I need to be the baby with the leash on its back, and not because I want to be I just need, sometimes I need a handler. You know what I mean? Someone that I can trust to be yo, you getting a little too close to the cliff. Come back. You can play, but come back and play and use your head. Don't get hurt. You know what I mean? I need that. And I have to be honest about the fact that I need it. So I feel like that is something that's coming up for us, is getting to figure out how to be more nurturing or more parental with yourself. It's Cancer season. It's the mother. It's family. It's past. What kind of structure do you need to provide for yourself? I also feel like some of you have something to say about a relationship that didn't work, or there could be I feel like use your own discretion, but some of you are thinking about reaching out to your ex, or thinking about writing a letter or sending or something like that. And I just feel make sure that you've handled your emotions, that you're more that you're being more, that this isn't coming out of a needy place. There could be people reaching out to you, people coming back from the past, people that you never made it past the talking or the you know, dating phase, things never got really like that deep or that serious. Like this isn't somebody that you like lived with or something. Well, actually maybe for some of you it is, and maybe somebody with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements. If you did live with this person, I feel like things ended badly. There's something about like ending on anger, or like you didn't behave, you didn't conduct yourself the best way. 10 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. That's what I'm saying. You need to plant new seeds of remembering what didn't work out, letting go, having like emotional outpouring. I feel like write a letter, create a song, dance to, cry, feel the things, feel yourself letting go of things so that you can make room. I don't even want to go. It was like making room for what cannot be foreseen. Damn, that memory's good. All that weed I smoked, and I still got it. 10 of Cups on the bottom of the deck, and then the 10 of Pentacles, and then the 10 of Swords. Didn't I fucking tell you it's like 9-10 energy? Because it's like there's all these 10s coming in. These are brand new beginnings. This is the end of an era. We're working on Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, both retrograde right now. They're preparing. I know like it's not going to be until like 2027, but time moves so fast. And before you know it, so 23, 24. I had to like math a little bit in my head. Make room, because it's even better than you're able to foresee it. I want to close it up. I don't want this to be so long, but what don't we see coming? This is the blind side. What don't we see coming? Spirit, show us what's coming. We can't even see it. The World reversed and the 5 of Swords reversed. I'm like the ability to keep it moving. I feel like there is something about like a end of it. What did I say? Saturn in Pisces, the end of an era. We're working on it. Like we're working on getting so close. But I just feel like we're being stripped of misinformation, stripped of bad, like people were like sucking on us or like leeching off of our energy, like these toxic memories and toxic experiences that have motivated you being motivated by pain and anger and motivated by like, I feel like some of you have been hurt and now you just like try to keep it light, but like you're actually kind of being shitty to people, and or you know people who are being like this, and I just feel like what you don't see coming is I think our friend groups are changing. The company that you keep is changing. Like this, the World reverse is out here because death. I feel like it's like stuff needs to end. The end of the era is trying to come on. You're delaying it. So Pluto had to come in and move shit. And it's going to be happening on a public scale. Things are shifting on a public scale in regards to your public life, in regards to your reputation, what people know about you. There's huge shifts coming. And I feel like there's stuff that's coming up from the past. Is there any advice how to deal with the stuff from the past? Specifically coming up? Because I just feel... Don't be a groupie, keep it moving. Skirt! Sorry, I'm moving into my main character energy era. Moving into my victorious. Called down from the heavens, declared from the Most High. Victorious. All these 10s, this new beginning. You victorious. I don't know, it just, yes. I don't even know if that's a thing. So anything else, call us out, Spirit. closing messages. I hope you make your mind up to put yourself first and to fill your cup first and to allow the divine to fill you up with divine light, divine darkness, divine balance, divine wisdom, divine insight, connection to your roots, to your ancestors, connection to the most primal parts of yourself, primal parts of your roots. Because we have the world in our hands again, the world. Our decision-making skills are evolving. Because yet again, God's like, nah, bigger. Nah, bigger. Nah, bigger. And to go bigger, it's going to require you to demonstrate your faith by way of demonstrating your money, and you're going to need to learn how to differentiate a risk from a leap of faith. And that's something that I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go live about it. We got to go live about this. I'll post that when I'm going to do that, but nah, bigger. I love you. We got this.